What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Darren Green, host of the Darren Green Show, your one-stop shop for celebrity gossip, news and music, pop culture, and the latest gab on social media. Be sure that if you are watching this on YouTube to leave your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, what is going on? Subscribe to that damn channel. Okay? Subscribe to that channel. Also, for the audio listeners, hey, how y'all doing? Be sure to rate the podcast and leave a review. For the Spotify, look, this is the last time we mentioned it, honey. We are on video on Spotify. You can also follow me on there too, honey, okay? Because we got to get the followers up. I'm seeing that we're growing a listenership over there in Spotify land. Definitely interact. You can comment on there now. Like, you can do a whole lot of stuff. Apple Music, what's going on? Stop. Don't take me out the algorithm because I'm coming for you, Apple, because I know y'all really be listening to me over there too. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to get some love on Spotify. All that good stuff, child. What's going on? It is a late show. Okay, it is a late show. I don't know if I'm going to post this on like tonight, Wednesday, or Thursday morning. It depends on how the edit is going when I get done and all that good stuff. Let me tell you something. This work schedule was kicking my ass, okay? They changed it around a little bit, and I didn't really have time to really do, because I like to do my episodes like a day prior just to, I feel like I'm just too much on schedule. Not on schedule, but I don't want to just now make the deadline. You know what I'm saying? I like to have my stuff done a day prior. That's why I love the Monday shows, because I tape on Sunday and I'm never doing nothing on Sunday. But doing the weekly shows, oh my goodness, it's a task. So sorry if you thought you was going to get an episode on Wednesday or not. Maybe you might, maybe you won't. Like I said, depends on how this edit's going to go on this podcast, child. So yeah. That happened this week. I also had to run some errands. That's another reason why I'm a little late. I had to go to the grocery store, child, and get some things for the house, because today is payday, child. I get my paycheck on every other Wednesday or whatever. So I had to take care of some business. And also I was working on some things. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but there are some surprises coming to the YouTube people. Sorry to the audio listeners, and sorry, it's just the YouTube thing, but I got some surprises coming for you guys, and it's going to be really interesting. I don't know how you guys are going to react to it, but I'll give you guys like a little bit of a hint. It's a new way for you guys to interact with me on a personal level, and that's all I'm going to say. I got things I wanted to announce it this week, but being that I'm like paying for somebody to, because I don't do everything, okay? I just do audio and a little bit of video, okay? I don't do all this other production stuff, all this InDesign and all that other stuff, so I have to pay people, outsource my work elsewhere when I need to get some things done creatively, okay? So I have to wait on that, and then I'll give you guys the official announcement. It's going to be cool. I'll wait for you guys to be my little best friend, okay? I'm going to just keep, look, that's my only hint, honey. That's my only hint. Yeah, that's what I have been working on, okay? Also, y'all going to fight. Y'all not gonna fight me in the comments, but y'all gonna definitely be like, where the hell you been? I started watching Noah's Ark. So here's the thing. I've always wanted to watch that show, but like even way back when I was in high school and stuff like that, because I heard about it, but I just never watched it. And everybody, that's the girls, always tell me like, oh my God, that was such a good show, whatever. And I said, I just never had the opportunity to watch it because it just was never on anything that I had. Now that I'm a little older now and I got a lot of streaming services, I found out that it's streaming on Paramount Plus. So if y'all want to rekindle with that show or watch it for the first time, it's on Paramount Plus. So I was like, okay, let me check it out a little bit. I watched a couple of episodes, child. Why they only had two seasons? I definitely thought that they had at least 4 or 5. Oh my goodness, they only have 2 seasons. And I'm already like in episode 4. Like I literally am binge watching it. Because I said I wanted to get into it, and it really is a good show. It reminds me of like Girlfriends, but the gay version. I like that. Would have loved to watch that growing up. I get to watch it now as an adult, so whatever. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you guys here too long. I know y'all want me to get into the mess, so we're going to get into the mess. You already know who we're going to talk about. So we're going to have to talk about Kenya Moore, child. She is officially fired. Then we'll also talk about Azealia Banks and how she's dragging Ice Spice for not being on theme for this damn Y2K album. We'll talk about the numbers with Normani. Oh my God. Why y'all ain't streamed dopamine? I'm mad at y'all. Then we're going to talk about how JT reflects on her feud with Young Miami. All that and more coming up on the Darren Green Show. So I guess we can start with our first topic, which is none other than Miss Kenya Moore whore. Okay, not me using Phaedra line. I ain't like Phaedra. Okay, So let me share the screen for a little bit because we got to get into some things. Okay. Now, Kenya's been fired. It's official. I'm going to read this article from TMZ and then I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts. Now, it was initially reported that Kenya Moore is officially putting down her peach for the next season at least because she ain't coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and this could possibly turn ugly. Sources with direct knowledge tells TMZ Kenya will not be returning as a cast member for the rest of the production of the new season 16 after she was sidelined indefinitely for allegedly unveiling some sexual explicit posters of newcomer Brittany Edie seemingly performing oral sex. Okay. Now, since then, okay, the story is updated. Sources confirmed that Kenya has been cut out of the scenes that she's been taping for. I guess they've been taping for 2-3 weeks. They cut her out. She's out of it completely. She's not coming back, and there's no future for her ever to do anything with Bravo, NBC, Universal, whatever. We might see some old faces. That's what's being alleged. The possibility of seeing Sheree or Phaedra, possibly upgrading Cynthia to a peach holder. Things are going to be moving and shaking without Kenya. It was originally reported that like season 16 is almost close to not happening. But apparently they're going to be doing it without Kenya. If they're taking her out of it, that means that they're trying to tape again and trying to find people to cast. And my thing is, you're supposed to be taping now. We're not going to get season 16 probably the end of next year. Honestly, that's what it's given because y'all have to find Kenya's replacement. Now, however y'all feel about Kenya, y'all don't like her, y'all dislike her, this, that, and the third. Kenya is good for TV. She's good for the show in the sense that the drama. You get what I'm saying? She did too much. She was doing too goddamn much, and that's what got her fired. But it's going to be hard to fill her shoes. Bringing back Phaedra, bringing back Sheree. We had them. We had Sheree. She was a flop. We saw Phaedra with Married to Medicine, flop. I don't see you bringing back anybody. Why the hell would y'all even think there's a good idea to bring back Cynthia full time? What the hell does she bring? At this point, y'all should have got rid of all of them. Y'all should have got rid of all of them and had the little Edie, the Brittany Edie girl, and then the other girl that's supposed to be new on there. Have them on there and see what y'all can do. Completely make a whole new cast. You tried to, it just, and I feel bad. And there's people on Twitter like really making jokes, talk about some, oh my goodness, we about to have this Real Housewives of Atlanta funeral. Like it literally is dying. There's no way they can continue this season, or the season just will come out mad late. Like it's going to be later than what we expected. Because y'all are going to have to find new cast members. And then are y'all going to address the elephant in the room? The 3 weeks of taping, what's the point of you even showing that? Unless Kenya, show the scenes that Kenya wasn't in at all, fine. But I'm pretty sure she was intertwined with a lot of people's storylines. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to be hard to keep it going or try to like move. They should have canceled this whole season, honestly. It should be scrapped, and Housewives of Atlanta should be shelved, just like the rest of the damn shows, because this is not, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be of any value. I see it being very dry now because now they're just trying to just fill anybody in. That's what it sounds like. Now, anyway, I done went off the rail a little bit. We got to go. I got to get to my notes. Now, Kenya went on Twitter and she made a post. She basically, thanked the fans and said that she loves us. Love y'all, because I ain't no twirler no more, girl. You lost the damn twirler, girl, because you messy as hell. But she also made like an IG post. And it said in quotes, "Thank you for all the support, Team Twirl. My heart is full and my conscience is clean. So many false claims hiding behind anonymous sources. All this conversation and no facts being reported. If a claim or source was valid, would they need to hide? My life is blessed. Myself, my daughter will continue to thrive in the next toxic environment where we feel appreciated and most importantly protected. Thank you, God, for covering us." And I had a conversation about this with my best friend, and we both agreed that, girl, Kenya is delusional as hell. That girl suffers from Delulu syndrome. What I got to say about Kenya? Girl, get out of here. Stop. And you saying faceless. Girl, you was cool, but B. Scott was on your show. Was the first interview that they had on their podcast. They dropped that tea, and their tea is real. Shout out to Lil B. Scott. You get what I'm saying? Page 6, TMZ, they're not all not lying, and you saying people are hiding behind what? Like, you can clearly see who wrote the articles. What are people lying for? What are all these publications lying for? And my thing is, if they lying, why are we not suing for defamation? You not and don't say, oh yeah, I'm thinking about suing because we'll get into the fact that she's trying to open up a lawsuit against Bravo and NBC child. We'll get into that a little bit later. But you coming for the blogs, girl, and when they clock your tea, then what? Girl, and I had this conversation, there was in the comment section of one of my clips on Instagram where, you know, some of the fans were talking about like how, what Kenya did was not like technically illegal. Like it's not really a law and you can't really get in trouble for it. This, that, and the third. Okay. So Kenya's saying that she didn't do it and she's still saying she ain't do it and it's lies and false claims. Y'all saying that revenge porn is not a real thing, so she can't get in trouble. So which one is it? You get what I'm saying? Like your fans is clocking your tea. So you did do it and but you still lying about it. And that's why I think that Kenya is really delusional. The fact that she's even trying to take legal action against Bravo, do you know how businesses work at all? And this is someone that prides herself on owning businesses and her little spa thing, her little producer gig thing that she used to do back in the day when she was trying to be in Hollywood. Nothing about businesses. If you don't know, when you bring trouble to the business, they got to let you go. They got to move accordingly, okay? NBC is protecting what little brand they got left, okay? They're still in hot water for all the allegations that happened before. When those believed cast members or ex-cast members put out a lawsuit against them saying that there's a toxic work environment. We got people, production, influencing cast members to drink and be on cameras and acting crazy. A lot of those people became alcoholics because of it. I'm not going to name any names, but we all can connect the dots. Surviving Andy Cohen and his devious antics with cast members and people that work there. You're collateral, Kenya. They're not going to... You are one cog in the machine, okay? You was able to funnel in viewers and watchers and maybe some fans too, some delusional fans. You get what I'm saying? For many years. But you got to remember, honey, when you're under their rule and you do shit that's going to make trouble for them, they're going to not work with your ass anymore. You thought you was different than Nene? Bitch, you better hope Bravo don't share any footage that they have of that event to the authorities. And let me tell you something right now. If you try to be like, oh, I feel like this white cast member on this show did this and nothing, don't do that. Don't play that card. Don't play that card, because when it was the BLM storyline way back when Portia and you was trying to sit there and be a op looking real anti-black, we ain't forget that. You get what I'm saying? So don't play the race card now, because nobody's going to care. Okay, nobody's going to care. I mean, there was so many people on Twitter. For the life of me, it's so crazy because I was I'm pretty sure my old self, like back in high school, I would have defended Kenya to the very might. Like, I used to defend Kenya so badly. Like, but I felt like I was the only one. It's so many people on Twitter talk about oh my goodness, we lost a queen. We lost somebody that was real integral to the show. She made impact on the show. Look, I'm not saying that Kenya did not impact the show. She did her damn thing. You get what I'm saying? But I think that she got a little carried away. Too much of anything is bad for you. And Kenya, I messed with you for the long run. I was side-eyeing you when you started picking on Kim Fields because you was looking like a bully. And we had this conversation over at Medusa's Live. Go ahead, watch it. I have it in the community tab. Kenya has a problem with other black women. Like, she definitely has some type of a complex, and it's very mean girl energy. It's very, you're not a girl's girl. And it's like cruel. Like, she's very cruel. That's what I've noticed. I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, I mean, you're just now figuring, yeah, I'm just now figuring it out. Okay. Because I always felt like we always got the side of Kenya that was reactive, and we never talk about what got her to that point. And then she made a post like that. And I'm just like, okay, it's not working with this argument because nothing that somebody could have did to you. You've been taping for 3 weeks. That girl made you that mad that you went on this girl, OF, freak Twitter, whatever, to plaster that at your event. She made you that mad. No, I don't think so. I think that she probably scuffed your damn shoe and you got mad at that. That girl did not do that much. For 3 weeks of taping, you got that mad to do that shit? Can you get the hell up out of here? I'm so sick of her. I'm sick of her, and I'm so sick of this goddamn raccoon-eyed bandit over here, her little accomplice. You already know who I'm about to get into, Candy Dan Burris, because she over here doubling down on her defending Kenya. Girl, take a look at this.
Had some crazy things happen on our show. And a lot of people were like, how could you support that? And I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, she didn't make up anything about somebody. She pulled some.
You see how hold on, because you see how she says she didn't make up anything about talk about Candy.
Favorable receipts off a line, which may not have been the nicest thing.
May not have been legal. May not have been legal. Like, why y'all don't be? And I'm sorry if I keep on cutting in and out because I know that's annoying to y'all. But girl, y'all really be. I think she's on live. I don't think she's doing an interview with somebody. My bad. Go ahead.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it was the nicest comeback at someone, but when the ladies on our shows and on different shows on reality TV, when you say something to someone or you make a threat or you come at somebody in a negative way, you do not get to determine how strong the shade or whatever it is that's coming back at you. So that is my thing. Being on the show for so long, so numb to some of this stuff that like people are like, that was so low. And I'm like, really? But we've seen Kenya walk into somebody else's event with a whole band before. Like we've seen her walk into a nice event with butt pads on.
So what we're seeing here, because I'm not going to continue this because this is stupid. We are minimizing what was actually done. For her to sit there, and this was an interview actually. And I don't like how when y'all be in, and I get it, she can sit there and just log on off of this little Zoom anytime she want if you give her the business. I get it. But at some point, we have to have some type of integrity. Okay, come on. You got what I'm saying? No. You're minimizing what was done. Okay. Yeah, Kenya came up with some booty pads to somebody's event. Yeah, she strolled Marlo's event with her hair, Caroline. Things that are not illegal, by the way. Okay. And then this whole argument of, when you come for somebody, you can't tell somebody how to come back at you. What Kenya did was revenge porn. Revenge porn technically is illegal. You cannot do that, especially in that state. I don't care. And I looked it up. It does not matter. I seen no actual evidence of, if this was already posted online. No, you did it to humiliate and intimidate. If you do that if you post something like that in a way of intimidation, that is considered revenge porn and it is illegal. So at the end of the day, what she did was not right. I think that either Candy is trying to make some buzz for herself to get whatever she got going on off the ground. She trying to come back to the show. Or maybe she's just blindly supporting Kenya and not really knowing. Because she even said, I don't know the girl, and this is not me, shading the girl. I just don't, I wasn't there. And that's just that you should have stopped there. You was not there. You was not there. I don't know. This Candy, I don't know. I felt like Candy back in the day would have definitely been like, Kenya, my girl. But what she did was dead ass wrong. This Candy, I don't know. She's changed and she should stay where she's at. Just this comment says she should have just sat this one out. Okay. Or if you was gonna say your little piece, just say it and not address it no more, because now all your interviews is gonna be about this and not about what you got going on. Because honey, I'm hearing you got some type of hydroxycut promo that's going on. You partnering with them, or you doing something with Escape Child. Now the conversation gonna be about Atlanta, a show that you're not on anymore. And girl, it's just a mess. I'm so sick of them. I don't know what's gonna happen with Housewives. I couldn't tell you. It is sad because this is a show that I really loved and was big fans of. I was a super fan at one point. And I have to continuously think, like, since I brought up Nene, speaking of Nene, she was right. She was right when she said if you keep Kenya on the show, she will be the demise of the show. And we are looking at it in real time. I don't know how they're season 16 is not going to be good. If there is a season 16, if they're able to find people out of nowhere. I mean, like Kenya talked about, they did this before when her season, when she came on, it wasn't set in stone that she was going to be a permanent cast member, but they was trying her out. I guess they're going to do that here, but the people that you be getting to come on the show, they don't be bringing it. Like, the casting is trash. And it's really not just Housewives of Atlanta, like New York. People not watching that. Jersey is they pushing Jersey. Jersey is definitely coming there. But the other shows, it's really not that good. The girls are not giving it like they used to. I think because y'all get a lot of girls that's already pre-housewife. You know what I'm saying? And when you get that, they ain't got nothing to lose. I got money regardless. I ain't got to act a fool. I'm old money. You get what I'm saying? You need to have it like season 1 where they had Nene in them. And I'm not saying they was poor, but they weren't rich back then. It's okay. Have them start from the bottom and then watch them grow. You having these people that's already pre-made, they're not going to give it to you. They're not going to give you their true lives. And that was the argument that was last season. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about it in the comments. I've done talked about this well over my time, child. We could definitely move on to the next topic. Now, the other thing I wanted to get into, because Azealia Banks, yeah, you heard it right, child. Azealia Banks, she done came from Ice Spice again. Okay. Now, she has a few words about Ice Spice's Y2K aesthetic for her up-and-coming album. Okay, she made an Insta story post basically saying somebody needs to tell Ice Spice absolutely nothing about this aesthetically, performance-wise, production-wise, is Y2K at all. This is VIM, early Nicki Minaj, pack weave. Ooh, girl, stop. We need a new hair color and a new facial expression. Ice, I love you down, but you should put the Hulk button, drop David LaChapelle, and redo this. Okay, big butts and BBL bodies are the aesthetic of Y2K. Girl, stop. And then she was giving out examples of what Y2K is. Okay, there we go. That is, yeah. I see it. It's not what Ice Spice is giving. Okay, baby fat sidekicks were 2002 and on. Okay, girl. She was posting a lot, child. She was trying to school her. Yeah, the TLC album. It's not giving Y2K. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not trying to. You know how Azealia Banks be. You know that saying. Okay, a broken clock works twice a week. She was right here. Even though she might sound like a hater, she's definitely right. I don't get the direction of this album. And it's not even because it's not heavily themed with Y2K. It's just, it is giving Nicki. Ooh, and that sounds bad. And I don't know if Nicki's like behind her with this, saying that you need to do this or you need to do that. I don't think so. I still think they not really talking like that, honestly. But it is giving Nicki circa 2012, 2013, the bob bang and stuff like that. Even with her fat butt promo when she was going back and forth or whatever, and it like the emotes and just the emotion, the expression, her saying like, when did you start grunting before you started rapping? Like, that was so Nicki-esque, and I feel like it's not really Y2. I don't know, maybe the songs on there will be sampled music from early 2000s. Like I said, Fat Butt was a good song. I loved it, even though I felt like it was very much like a alternate version of Nicki. I don't think it's Y2K. Look, here, when it comes to like albums that are heavily themed, not every artist has to do that. Ice Spice is not that girl. We got artists that prize themselves on projects that are storytelling, that have like big themes, and they're all like into one. When we look at artists like Beyonce right now, when it comes to Renaissance and Cowboy Carter, yeah, like it's very themed. And then we have other artists that they just make an ensemble of different music. You get what I'm saying? I would say that's Nicki because, and hear me out, like when she did Queen, we all thought it was going to be one direction. Like it was going to be like royalty and this, that, and third all the way around. But she gave us a plethora of different sounds and a plethora of different motifs and whatever. She had Chun-Li on there. Like she was giving us like little Asian imagery and stuff like that. Like Queen or hate Queen, even though I feel like Queen personally is my least favorite album, it did well to a certain extent. And that's just the type of artist she is, just like Ice Spice. Ice Spice is a girl that she gives us a different array of sounds, not flow-wise, okay? She keeps that same flow, except for that Fat Butt song. She definitely changed, she switched it up for that time. But when it comes to like music, it's not gonna be, I don't know. The album didn't come out yet. Like, I feel like Azealia too, like, I get what she's saying, but also the album didn't come out yet. We didn't hear the song. So maybe there are going to be songs on there that's Y2K. For me, imagery-wise and fashion-wise, it's not giving Y2K. It's giving very much 2024. Okay. Ice, I don't know. I want to support this album. I'm here for it. I'm doing I forgot to mention that in the little intro spiel, but I'm doing the reaction video for Meg Thee Stallion's album because she's coming out with Megan this Friday. So I'm gonna be doing that because I got a little bit extra time in the morning, and I'm thinking about doing a Y2K. They only got 8 songs on there. It'll be a quick little video. I'll see because I want to get back into doing like the music reactions or whatever. So I'll definitely do Ice Spice, but I'm doing Meg's on Friday, so either y'all get that on Friday or Saturday. It depends, girl. But yeah, I don't know about this album, chat. And I do agree. Like when you look, I didn't even see the examples that she was giving, but this is Y2K. Like it's, and it doesn't have to be a carbon copy too, because we don't want that also. Make it your own, but also if you're going to pay homage to what was before, you got to actually do it. I'm sorry, that second album cover, do I have it on here? Like it's giving Gag City. Like, you look like the villain. Like the super villain or something like that. Green Goblin or something. Like, I don't know. She do need to fire that damn photographer, child, because he did a good thing back in the day, but now it's not working. It really isn't. But I don't know. I might sound like a hater. I don't care. It's whatever. Anyway, so Normani. Don't nobody want to talk about Normani? Why y'all ain't stream dopamine? I'm mad at y'all. Yeah, I'm mad at y'all. Okay. Because the numbers came in for Normani's Dopamine album, and it's currently sitting at the number 91 on the Billboard Hot 200 charts and sold over 12,000 units. RCA, count your freaking days. Count your days. Okay, because it's not allotted to you at all. The marketing for this album is trash, and I hate that. Because you know what? Quiet as it's kept, this is a good album. I enjoyed this album. I got several songs. I got 3 songs. I was about to say several. Girl, let me not lie. Let me not lie to y'all. I have a good three songs on there. Like I said, Insomnia still, and then there was like this other one. I forgot the name, but it was the third one. I promise you. But I love the other songs on there too. It's just I don't like everything. We had no radio play. There were no push to put any of the songs on any of the major streaming playlists. There's no TikTok promo. I flip on TikTok every time there's another artist music about to drop, music or project or whatever. There's like I gotta keep on freaking scrolling because I keep on seeing their ads. Like, where was the Normani ads? Where were the videos? Where was the budget for the videos? We only got one. I think. Hold on, let me check, child. Do we have any other Normani music videos that I didn't hear of? Because if we did, like, where was the promotion for that? This had lack of promotion. I'm not going to blame Normani or the music. Even though I said in the last episode, the music just weren't hit. There were no hit songs, which partly could have been the reason why we didn't get any radio play. Like, yeah, she gave us like one video. Okay. Yeah, I feel like she should have did more videos. But to be honest though, videos don't really guarantee anything anymore, like success for a song. I don't know. This album was not pushed. And it's sad because this was a good body of work. She did a good job. I wished it would have been more. I wasn't expecting like top 10, but I was definitely like maybe 50, maybe 40 something, maybe 30 in the 30s. 91. She damn near just made it. Don't let this deter you, Normani. You got to get him somewhere else. And I know there was some comments in my last video when I said I wish she would have did more pop music. Look, I'm not saying I don't think that black women should be forced into pop, but Normani came from pop. When she was on, I was about to say Lil Mix. When she was on Fifth Harmony, okay, they did nothing but pop music, so we're used to that. And then you gave us Motivation, which was the song to kick us off for whatever project you were doing, which you never gave us. We just, I don't know, R&B, it's very fickle not fickle, but very seldom that we see like an R&B album really dominate the charts or dominate like culture, unless we're talking about a SZA. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that in comparison. I'm just saying R&B is a dying art. I don't care what nobody says. And I might offend some people when I say that. Like, R&B is not what it used to, people are not jumping to listen to no R&B. Like, it is rap still. Even rap is declining, to be honest. But it is pop music. Pop music is what's going out now. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying she should do any bubblegum pop. We don't want her doing Sabrina Carpenter numbers. You get what I'm saying? Or whoever the hell else. But I don't know. Like, the music just, I don't know. Maybe hire Sia for the next album. Get Sia to write some songs on there, okay? And that's the problem with a lot of these songs now. Like, when they were talking, like, there's people, I ain't talking about this because I don't know if y'all care about it, but people are talking about how lackluster Katy Perry's song is, like her new song that she's coming out with that she worked with Dr. Luke with, but that's a whole nother story, child. They're saying like it sounds like very AI generated. It's the problem is y'all not hiring Sia no more, or Sia just not writing for y'all no more. I don't know what's going on. But Sia needs to come back to the goddamn notebook, okay? She needs to start writing for you girls because it's just not giving. I don't know. I don't know if it's the lyrics, if it's the music or whatever. But I don't know. Tell me what y'all think about this. I really do feel bad. That's my girl. I was here. We definitely thought she was going to be the Beyonce of the group, leaving the group and then doing other things, and it ended up being Camila Cabello, barely. Because ain't nobody feeling that album that she came out with either, child, let's be honest. But yeah, speaking of breakups, JT, hey. She was in an interview with Keke Palmer. She was talking about like the feud that she had with Young Miami, and she really got into it. I just want to show her real quick.
When you in Miami was going back and forth and people was trying to pick it up, and then y'all immediately closed it out within literally like 30 minutes or less. Were you gagged or were you like, I don't care?
From which side? Like from my side?
Just gagged that it was a public thing. Gagged that, okay, we really online. Me and my girl really online going back and forth. It's not that unusual. Y'all are just popular.
No, I wasn't gagged. I know that it was gonna end up there. It was gonna end up somewhere, but I wasn't gagged. And I was more so hurt than gagged. I would say that. I did not want that to happen. But it's just like when you get to the point of ego and it gets there, you forget to express yourself in a private setting, or you forget to talk like adults because it's both of us getting this attitude of, and then it just happened, and it was stupid, and it's done. It's over with, and now it's funny to both of us.
You guys
now it's hilarious
really well.
to both of us. Now it's just a funny thing in time to us. I can't believe you know.
Yeah, you guys handled it really well.
Yeah, that's what they talked about. I will say this: the turnaround from that, because I thought that was gonna be it. Like they were done, they were gonna be scorched enemies or whatever. But sometimes you gotta curse out your best friend because your best friend be out of line. Okay, we all been there. Okay, and then y'all get back together, and then everybody gonna be like, "Oh my god, y'all fake as hell," because y'all was just arguing and calling each other this, that, and the third. Yeah, we made up. Okay, y'all wasn't privy to that. But I will say this. Don't take it to the social medias, honey. That's what if y'all gonna have y'all little beef, child. Y'all had the world riled up. This could have been an argument on direct messages, but I get it. Some people they get passionate, they feel some type of way, and then they want to get on social media and this, that, and the third. But girl, don't take it there, child. That was not good. All right, listeners, that is all we have for today. I know it was a little bit of a quick episode. Look. It was definitely, there was some topics I wanted to get into, but like it got caught to the wayside. I will definitely be back. You will get the Meg Thee Stallion review for her self-titled album. You're either going to get it on Friday or Saturday. Hopefully we'll get it done by Friday and it'll probably come out Saturday that morning or afternoon or whatever. See you guys soon. All right, bye.